Hey, what's up everybody? Chris here, and I'm bringing you a 4K Blu-ray review of Galaxy Quest. This movie was released in 1999. It's the 25th anniversary, first time on 4K Blu-ray. I had to pick this up because I just think it's a great movie. This released on December 3rd. I just got it, I guess a day or two ago. I'm recording this on December 13th, but watched it today, and again, just reminded of how great of a movie it is, how hilarious it is. Directed by Dean Parisot or Parasot, not sure of the correct pronunciation there, but it's got an amazing cast, obviously. So Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, Sam Rockwell, just a variety of people. And what this movie is, if you've never seen it, is this a spoof of Star Trek, essentially, right? So kind of that late 90s era Star Trek TNG type of show, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, all of that kind of stuff. But the hilarity and humor worked into this is really amazing, actually. The writing's pretty brilliant. And what I think makes this work so well is that not only is it really funny, but it's actually more poignant than you would expect. There are some genuine emotional moments in this. And I think this is one of Tim Allen's best starring roles in a feature film, besides maybe like the Santa Claus or something like that. But everybody in it is great. And I was also reminded while I was watching this of just how much I miss Alan Rickman as an actor, right? I mean, he's just really good in this. The other day I watched Die Hard because we're in the Christmas season. I fall into the camp of this being of Die Hard being a Christmas film, so I watched it. But two movies back to back with Alan Rickman, and he goes from being sort of this supervillain in Die Hard to being hilarious and dialed in, and again, delivering on some surprisingly deep emotional beats in a movie like Galaxy Quest. So really funny, but again, the plot revolves around the actors in a Star Trek type of show in the late 90s. They get wrapped up in something that involves real extraterrestrials, and they have to sort of assume the roles they have on the show to help save this extraterrestrial species from this villain that is referred to as Old Lobsterhead by Tim Allen in this. But great movie. If you've never seen it, check it out. Even if it's not on 4K Blu-ray, just be sure to check it out in some format. Maybe streaming somewhere, I'm not sure. But this is the first time I've ever owned this in any format. So having just watched it, I will say that the transfer of this looks good, but it's certainly not going to be a super high level reference quality experience, right? I think, one of the things that we're probably going for as they set this up was trying to retain that 90s kind of filmic look, and it does that really well. So some scenes do look maybe a little bit flat kind of early on, but as the movie progresses, and this is actually one thing that I sort of appreciated about this, and I wasn't sure when I started watching it how it was going to sort of, kind of play out in terms of what it looked like on the screen, but the movie starts with sort of a 4x3, or actually not 4x3, that's not right. No, that is right. I think that's right. Yeah, sort of the classic CRT window view, because it's mimicking that era, right? The late 90s, the TV shows that we got on CRT televisions, that kind of stuff. Then it goes from that to being pseudo widescreen to when they finally get into the extraterrestrial spaceship and get out into the wider universe. There's this amazing shot where Tim Allen sees the solar system, this extraterrestrial solar system in front of him, and the thing goes full widescreen, and it's a perfect transitional moment. So I really kind of appreciated kind of that telescoping effect in the movie where it goes from 4x3 to pseudo widescreen to full widescreen in the experience, to kind of, I think, to mirror him stepping into this larger universe, right? To use a little bit of Star Wars lingo there. But everything about this is great. I was laughing out loud again as I went through it and watched it. But again, from a visual point of view, it looks really good, but it's not going to blow you away. The HDR is fine. There are a couple of moments, especially with like alien blood and goo and things like that stand out. The Dolby Atmos track, as I watched it on my LG television with the LG soundbar and subwoofer, was really great. It had a lot of bass and punch to it. I was watching it at home. I just said LG. I've got an LG television in the guy room where I record videos and play video games, and my LG television came on because I said that, so I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, I didn't know it could even do that, but it just did that. But anyway, the soundtrack and the sound effects are very punchy and great. I did not get into the special features with this. Sometimes I like special features and like to dig into those, and I can kind of read over what it's got here. A filmmaker focused with director Dean Parisot. Historical documents, the story of the Galaxy Quest, never give up, never surrender. And there are some deleted scenes here. So I think for people that are into special features, deleted scenes, that kind of stuff, there is a lot of stuff here to sort of dig into. So that's kind of awesome. But yeah, I mean, I think, again, if you enjoy this film and want to have it in the 4K format, this is a perfectly fine even good transfer. It's not going to be exceptional. It's not going to be great, especially when you compare it to a more modern film, which is kind of interesting, right? Because I think about movies like 2001, which obviously was way before this, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and that is just mind-blowingly great in 4K. This, I think, is just sort of limited in the way that it was filmed in the late 90s in terms of what it is meant to look like, and they retain that here, and it still looks completely fine, but it's not going to blow you away visually. But that's not the kind of movie this is, right? It's just a space comedy that's super tongue-in-cheek and is making fun of geek fandom, but also celebrating it, right? It's sort of self-aware in that way. But I love Galaxy Quest. If you've never seen it, absolutely watch it. But if you have this 4K Blu-ray disc, let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, thanks so much for watching.